Let's talk about one of my favorite models that GEC makes. They make a ton of great patterns, but I absolutely love the number 15, and I love the configuration of these Tom's Choice Barlows. When I showed this knife off in the past or posted it on Instagram, if you want to follow me on Instagram, it is JohnsonKnives. But whenever I show this knife off, people kind of go crazy over it. It's not super rare or anything, but usually the guys who have them don't let them go. So this is the new version here that was just released maybe 3 months ago. This is the Peachseed Jigged, like a chestnut bone, in the Tom's Choice, with a spear blade and a nail nick. What a great knife. Very useful. They pack a lot of edge length into this frame. It's a really nice, no nonsense, straight knife. That is a really nice size. Hides in a watch pocket really easy. And there's a lot of configurations. If you're hunting down the Tom's Choice, there's not a lot of configurations that are available. There might still be a few of these floating around. Maybe with two blades you get a little pin blade and this blade here. And I think the release before this, they had the clip point blade, right? Something like this, but it had a nail nick on it. It didn't have this long pole. And they had it in this Peachseed Jigged, I believe, with the nail nick. So it was something like this. Anyways, what a great pattern. I always recommend this. If you're going to buy one slip joint, I don't know if I recommend it or not, because I don't know many people that buy a GEC and do not buy another one, and then another one, and then another one. Anyways, they're pretty addicting. Sits in the half stop nice and flush. I believe the Model 15 does on all of them. Even the base, like Tidy Ute version and the Northfield versions. There's the knife bright version. I believe I've done a video on that. So the Tom's Choice was an SFO for a Blade Forum member, and he kind of put together his a Barlow design based off their, they call this the boy's knife. So the history of the boy's knife, from what I understand, is it would be a boy's first knife. Usually they're cheaper. That cheapness, the cheaper attributes did not translate over to the GEC versions. These cost about what any other GEC, right around $80 to $90 or so. Of course, the special runs can go up a little bit higher than that. If you're looking on the aftermarket, well, now you're at second hand, and there's no telling what the price could be. Something like a Tom's Choice. They're not crazy. I haven't seen people like paying 2 times what they actually sold for, but there's certainly a little bit of a markup there if you're hunting on the aftermarket for an exact version that you want. I'm just going to put this out there because I'm shameless. I am a GEC fiend. If anybody has a saw cut bone TC Barlow in the long pull clip point blade, let's talk. We can trade work, trade knives, do something. I'll pay you cash. I really would like to find this knife with this blade. And I know they made them. I think it was one of their first runs. That would be awesome. Anyways, check this out. When I was first got this knife, I was like, huh, that blade looks really familiar. Felt really familiar in my hand, in a really familiar size and shape. And the nail nick, I just felt like I had seen it somewhere, right? What do you think it looks like? Almost exactly. The Victorinox Cadet. Let's take a look at that blade. Oh. Almost the exact same shape. Nail nick almost in the same exact place. Almost the exact same blade length, almost the same exact overall length. So if you like your cadet, you'll probably love this. That is the GEC number 15, done up, dressed up in this Tom's Choice Barlow. Barlows are usually, almost always have this longer bolster, and they're usually bareheaded, which means the bottom does not have a cap on it. So there's no bolster on the back. That's just the traditional way to say it, I guess. Cap, bareheaded, it just means there's no bolster on the bottom. Walk and talk is gorgeous on this knife. Kind of an easier pull. Again, this being the boys knife pattern, you know, it's more of a light duty. Not that you couldn't use this knife hard, but it's made for maybe light to medium cutting tasks. You wouldn't want to pry or anything, obviously. But lately I've been digging these swedges that are nice and subtle. They're there if you look for them. If not, it's something you might not even notice. See how it kind of rolls down. Just a nice finished look. Of course, being GC, most of their blades are 1095. This is no different. Sharpens up nice and sharp, and gets there pretty quick. Holds a nice edge for a decent amount of time. And if you was going into the woods, you might not want to take this knife if you're not going to be able to get to a stone or a straw, you know, within a month. But for everyday use, I think it's perfect. Nice little EDC blade. You just might have to strop it once a week or once every day, depending on how much you use it. So that's the TC in the Peachseed Jigged Bone spear point with a nail nick, not the long pull. Have a good day, guys. Thanks for hanging out. See ya.